ATA2024. I'm with Chris James in the Faradyne booth. You've got everything from Carbon Express to Trufire and all kinds of new products. So,
yep.
What's up, bud?
So we've got a lot. This is just the Trufire stuff out here right now. We've got a lot of different stuff. We've got some new wrist strap releases. We've got some new handheld releases to go through. Starting off with our wrist strap releases, we've got we've taken the Hardcore, the platform that's been our high-end hook release for a long time. It's a great hunting release with the fold back option, the trap tab that you're used to. We made it about 20% smaller.
Yeah.
That was the first thing. Then we took, and what used to be only available on the Max series, which is the travel and pressure adjustment, it now has on all the Hardcores will have the travel and pressure adjustment on there. Okay. So that's standard. The next thing is that we took and we made this kind of a interchangeable trigger system. So this little trigger system has that screw right there, and you can take it off, and it'll actually come with 4 different triggers. So
cool.
It'll come with the swept back trigger, kind of like what you're used to on the Hardcore. It'll come with just a curved trigger, a knurled post, and a 2-finger trigger like our chicken wing used to have.
Really?
So it gives the user the option to customize what they want.
Like that.
It'll be available in an Extreme series that'll only have the single trigger. It'll still have the options that you could change the trigger if you wanted to. If you had other triggers, we're looking at possibly offer that in the future just as an accessory kit. But it'll have, instead of having the leather strap, it'll have the suede strap on it. Okay. But it'll still have the pressure and travel adjustments. So that's the new Hardcore 2.0s. So that's nice. That's kind of exciting. And I know you're a big Edge fan.
I am.
So this was new last year in the standard model, but it was a little bit late launching, and then we've got an Extreme version this year. This is the standard buckle foldback, but that's the Edge FT. So it gives you a little bit more draw length, and some people like how far back the edge jaw or the trigger is on that.
Yeah.
But some people really wanted to get a little bit more draw length out of it. So it has a lot of the same feel, that roller jaw feel of the Edge. It has some adjustability built into it, a little bit more so than the Edge. But it's
ultimately it's going to fit a smaller hand because the body is a little bit shorter, and really ultimately you shorten the body more than you move the trigger forward, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that's great.
Yep. So that a lot of people do that. You'll be able to get a little. If you're shooting an Edge series release and you want to get a little bit more performance out of your bow, you can do that because it's going to put your draw length is going to be just a little bit longer, and you're going to be your finger's going to be right there next to the D loop as opposed to way behind the D loop. So that's just another little thing on as far as those go. Moving into the handhelds, we've got 2 new handhelds. The Rivet, that's the one you've got right there. So that's a push to close. So it's a linkage style release. And it's got adjustability built in it, so you can adjust the pressure there. So it's set, typically I think that's kind of in the middle where those are set at. That's going to retail for $99.
Nice.
So the guys that are looking, so the Hardcores are $100. The Edge is like right around $80, somewhere around there, $84. But they're wanting to get into a handheld release, but they don't want to spend $200 or $250 to get into a handheld. Mm-hmm. The Rivet is what they need to. That's what they need to look at. It's a great release. It's got a lot of adjustability built into it. Like I said, you can adjust the pressure for really heavy and to really light.
You can lay that down and go from a 3 to a 4 finger.
3 to 4 finger. Yep, it's got the same adjustments that all of our other handhelds have with that. So you can do a 4 finger or a swept 4 finger. So that's going to be a big hit. I think a lot of guys that want to try a handheld should definitely look at the Rivet.
Yep.
And then we've got the Synapse Lite here. So the Synapse Lite is really just an aluminum version of the Synapse. So it's got the same travel and pressure adjustments, the same dual sear on the inside, and all the parts on the internal components of all of these releases are now titanium nitride coated. So it's a wear coating, so it keeps it from wearing out, and it makes it a little bit more slippery.
Yeah.
So it has a little bit smoother function. Barrel wise, this will, instead of having the universal interchangeable barrel that the regular Synapse does, it'll have 3 size barrels, which will give it a little bit of adjustability, but not quite as much customization. This one's going to run about $169 versus a little over $200 for the brass handle version of the Synapse. Again, third or fourth finger convertible. Yep. So it's going to give you that kind of a value handheld that a lot of hunters feel like that brass is too heavy. It's got a lot of efficiency in helping you follow through when you're using that brass, but they wanted something a little bit more lighter weight, and so we were able to provide that for them.
I've done it both ways. I know Amy actually likes a lightweight handheld, but the few that I have stepped into, I actually like having something heavy in my hand, so I actually prefer the brass.
Yep. It's all about personal preference.
It is. As always, stay safe, shoot straight, shoot often. Don't forget to wear those personal flotation devices and tree stand harnesses while you're out there chasing God's critters. And I'll see y'all on the next one.